Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Bookkeepers Bootcamp. We are here today with some amazing guests, and we're going to be talking about how we can turn connections into paying clients. But before we get started, I would just like to thank our sponsor, Sage, Go Proposal by Sage, sorry, for sponsoring Bookkeepers Bootcamp, and they have an amazing offer for us at the moment, and which is you will receive 50% off your first 2 months paying monthly Go Proposal by using the link bit.ly/6FBGP. If one of our lovely ambassadors could pop that in the link, because I know this is going past fast, but that also gives you 30 days free trial. So it actually means you get 3 months for the price of one in the end. So thank you so much, Go Proposal, for sponsoring us. So let's get into today's session. So as you all know, if you're here, please let us know you're here. Let us know that you're in the comments saying #live or #replay. And of course, please ask your questions. We've got this amazing panel here. They are happy to answer your questions. Anything about, social media and speaking to people and conversing with people online. So let's get started with some introductions. Nicola, would you like to give us a little introduction about who you are and how you help people?
Yes, hi, I'm Nicola Fallon. I run virtual accounts and taxes. We provide bookkeeping and end of year self-assessment tax, limited company returns for micro and small entities based in Manchester mostly. Most of my clients are from the Manchester area. And I've not really got a niche yet in the industry. It's just people who I like to work with.
I love that. Well done. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you for joining us today. And then we have Emma James from the Number Ninja. Emma, would you like to give us a little introduction?
Yeah, so I'm Emma, run the Number Ninja. I work with mainly female and non-binary founders who are working online in some way, normally in the creative industries and often with multiple revenue streams. So quite niched.
I love that. And I just remember you saying that you like working with women that wear maxi dresses and trainers, and there's just always, and now I'm like, oh, I haven't got the trainers sorted, and then I could be one of Emma's clients. I just love that. I love that. You're very niche. Brilliant. Thank you, Emma, so much. And then I'd love to welcome you all to Ashley Leeds. Ashley is a member of our team. He helps in our Success Lounge membership that we was talking about last night. He is our sales and mindset guru, and he offers one session a month where people come in and talk and get lifted up. I mean, me and Zoe lead Ashley to this. I have no idea exactly what goes on, but I know that there's such a buzz and everyone's talking about it afterwards. So Ashley, welcome. And would you like to give us an intro?
Yeah, sure. I love those sessions. I look forward to them. Basically, all we do is we just chat and we just help each other with all the confidence issues that we get. And so, yeah, so if you're a member of the Success Lounge, check out the next one, which is going to be this time next week, isn't it? So my name is Ashley Leeds. I'm the 15-minute guy. And the reason I call myself the 15-minute guy is I'm trying to get people to do more on LinkedIn, okay? And you only need to do 50 minutes a day. That's all you need to do. Forget everything else you've heard. If you just go in and do 50 minutes a day, that's 65 hours a year, 65 hours free marketing. Who doesn't want that?
Wow. I mean, you know how to sell that. You do make it sound easy. But
it is. It's very easy.
I think we're gonna like test, and I mean everybody that's in the comments, please ask your questions. This is what this is about. This panel is here for you today. So we're going to start off. I'm not usually the host of these things, so excuse me. This is a new gig for me. I'm going to do my best. So first of all, I'd like to ask you all. I know Ashley's answer, but what social media platform is best for bookkeepers to post on? So I'm going to start with Emma. Emma, what do you think is the best social media platform for bookkeepers?
So I'm the odd one out here because I will not use LinkedIn. Sorry, Ashley. So for me, it's Instagram. But that is because that's where my people are. Unfortunately, they are starting to head to LinkedIn, so I will have to do it. But yeah, I think it's different for everyone depending on who you're trying to work with. But for me, my people are on Instagram, so that's by far and away the best platform for me.
And that is so important, isn't it? It is about, that the ideal client, where they're hanging out, and meeting your clients and prospects at the same place where they are at. And also it's about being comfortable with using a platform yourself. And I think LinkedIn is mostly, I don't think I had LinkedIn before Facebook, but I definitely have had my profile for years and years and years, and it's sat there getting dusty and not used multiple times. It's definitely used a lot more these days after I've spent more time with Ashley and realised that it's not as difficult as I assumed it would be. But yeah, absolutely. If your clients and prospects are hanging out on Instagram, then that's where you need to be. And if that's where you're comfortable, then that's great. Nicola, what about you? Where do you think that bookkeepers should be hanging out?
Well, for me personally, I do both LinkedIn and Instagram. And it's a kind of 50-50 split for me where I get my clients from. So yeah, 50% have come from LinkedIn and 50% from Instagram. So that's why I hang out in both, really.
Excellent. And do you have one that is a preference for yourself? Like if you are going to go on and consume content yourself, which one would you actually go on to and have a look through?
Both, absolutely both. Oh. Yeah, for different things and at different times as well. Like LinkedIn is usually where I hang out in the morning. And Instagram's probably more evening.
I love that. That's so interesting, isn't it? And I mean, I do, and I think as well, I do definitely hang out on LinkedIn at different times of the day compared to when I'm more of a Facebook girl. So I think we've got quite a good range here because I'm definitely like Facebook and LinkedIn. We've got Emma that's Insta, but maybe being forced a little bit onto LinkedIn. And we've got Nicola on Insta and LinkedIn. So Ashley, where should bookkeepers be hanging out?
Well, so you said you know my answer. So go on then. What is my answer?
Well, I'm assuming Pinterest. You're going to say Pinterest. Yeah, I was assuming you're going to say. Well, I think you're going to say they need to be on LinkedIn for 15 minutes a day, and then they can go wherever they want.
Right? No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
Emma is right. Emma knows that her ideal clients are hanging out on Instagram, right? If you want to appeal to people that are using TikTok, then get on TikTok. And if you're not going to find anybody, I've literally just had a question this morning in my group. How do the people that I'm trying to get hold of aren't doing much on LinkedIn? So what do I do? And I said, like, well, are they really on LinkedIn? LinkedIn isn't the silver bullet. The silver bullet is consistency. The silver bullet is engagement, right? So it's not about which is the best. Again, we'll have a quick poll, which is best, Xero, QuickBooks, or Free Agent. Yeah, it doesn't matter which is best. It's what you like and what your clients like, or what it does for them. So don't worry about any of that. There's enough social media platforms out there. So you pick one that where your clients are going to be. And one of the things that I talk to people about is, if you're working with mumpreneurs, they're going to be at the school gates. So be at school and talk to people at school. If you want to work with builders, stand outside the builders merchants. Yeah. And so our builders merchants going to be on LinkedIn. Our builders going to be on LinkedIn? Probably not. They'll probably be on Facebook. Your mumpreneurs, they might be on TikTok. So you've got to go where your people are going to be. But the other thing is, right, if you don't like that platform, you're going to be rubbish at it. So you either need to learn to love it, or you start looking at a different platform where they may be. Because the thing is, Emma is smashing Instagram because she loves it. Yeah. Nicola's rubbish at TikTok because she never uses it. And that's absolutely fine, Nicola, because your people aren't on TikTok. And so the answer is find one that you like doing. And the other thing is, don't think that you've got to be on all of them. Because if you're on all of them, you're going to be mediocre at all of them. Pick one and be a ninja.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I definitely, you are going to post, you are going to be engaging and doing everything you need to do on a platform that you enjoy being on. Me and Zoe have this joke about the fact that you need to pick a pillar platform where you're going to hang out and your clients are going to hang out. And sometimes people say, well, how do you pick that? And we say, well, it's if you were sitting on the loo and picked up your phone, which app would you go to first? that's your platform. It's a joke, but it's that kind of, if you were not in thinking, where would you go? That is the main one. And you might, and I definitely find that with LinkedIn is that I'm definitely getting great connections on there. I'm posting more and more on there, but like what Ashley said, it's not been the easy route. Facebook is definitely I can just hang out there and I'm happy to be there. It's comfortable, but I know that lots of my clients are on LinkedIn, and that's where I need to be showing up, and I'm slowly and surely getting there better and better. So somebody has asked the question, how do you find out, so it's Amy, sorry, how do you find out what platform your potential clients are on? If that's where you've got to go, how do you find that? Emma, how did you find that your clients are hanging on Instagram?
So part of it was doing that awful thing, jumping to conclusions and making assumptions about people. So I tend to work with creatives, and they mostly have online revenue, and Instagram, like I knew just from like using it myself as a user that Instagram is full of those people. So I tried a few things and just started following a few people, and then following people that they follow, and kind of like going through that loop, and realized that, I mean, they are using a lot of other platforms. So yeah, they are using TikTok and Pinterest and all the rest, but Instagram does still seem to be their main one. But yeah, it was at the very beginning, it was using, just assuming a few things, testing a few things out, and then just talking to my existing clients about what they were doing and where.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nicola, for you, why did you decide to use the platforms you're using, and how did you know that your clients were hanging out there?
So for LinkedIn, I used to use it just as a kind of like a CV, because I've got an industry background. I've worked in industry for nearly 30 years. So a lot of my contacts on LinkedIn when I first started my business back in August, they were like recruitment agencies and that kind of thing. So I got rid of all them. I joined Ashley's daily habit workshop to get me into LinkedIn, and I've grown to over 500 followers now in 8 months on LinkedIn.
Wow.
By connecting with people that I used to work with in industry. So I was a payroll manager for quite a lot of big organisations. So payroll is a link between HR and finance. So I've got a lot of HR and finance professionals as connections, and I've also got a lot of other accountants and bookkeepers, which works for me because I do a lot of outsourcing work now for other accountants and bookkeepers. So for LinkedIn, it's where I find all my payroll work. I've got a payroll bureau part to my business. There's 3 of us working on that now, so it's growing at a massive pace. Then for Instagram, I just liked hanging out on Instagram anyway, and I just did hashtag local area, so the names of the local towns, and I found businesses that were using that hashtag, and I started following them and kind of engaging with their posts, and they followed back, and I found that's how I've got clients. It takes months to build up a relationship with them. I'm not out there selling all the time. I'm just out there to build relationships, and it kind of works. It just takes a little bit of time, that's all. And
you've done a fantastic job of that. I mean, I feel like I really know through Instagram your business and your dog and the kind of clients you're dealing with, because you really do, but you make it fun and you get your personality across, which is really key. But exactly like anything, it's a case of it's not going to happen overnight. Like if you walked into a networking room with people and you said, "Hi, here's my business card," that's not a relationship. That's an introduction, and you have to start with that. So Ashley, what are your top tips to someone who, regardless really, whatever platform they're on, but obviously I know you can really give us some insights into LinkedIn, because I do think lots of people have a LinkedIn profile, and I've got some things here, like here, people saying, I don't understand LinkedIn. Do I need to post regularly? Like really everything we teach about any of the platforms is kind of, you can put across all of them. There's basics about social media, connections, engagement, etc. So say somebody has got that, like Nicola said, that CV that they started years ago on LinkedIn, and they thought that they've just been updating it now and again. You know, how do they refresh it? How do you get started again? What's the first thing you do if you think, okay, I've not looked at my LinkedIn for a while? Where would you start?
All right, the first thing is it's all about know, like, and trust. Okay, and this is the same for all platforms. So is your photo the most recent one and a true likeness? Okay, so if you normally wear spectacles, let's have a photo of you with spectacles. Yeah. If you normally wear your hair up, let's have it up, or however you normally dress. So that's the first thing, because we're getting a bit wrinkly now. So maybe that photo from a couple of years ago is better. Or I had my hair like, it's got to be what you are now, because otherwise when you go and meet them, you're like, oh, I was expecting someone blonde. Oh, that's a bit weird. So that's the first thing.
It's like a Tinder date.
Yeah, absolutely. Not that I know. Not that
I know either.
But this is the thing, right? And but people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So have a nice, smiley, open face on your photo. Be big in the screen rather than sort of like all the way back here. So that's the first top tip. Make sure your profile is where you are today. So make sure that you create a company page. On my YouTube channel, there's a 3-minute video on how to create a company page. It is dead easy. But if you create a company page on LinkedIn, what it does is right underneath your name, or underneath your banner, it gives you your company logo straight away. Rather than just a name, it actually gives your company logo, and it looks so much more professional. Your banner needs to reflect what you do. So don't just put your logo in there. Actually write what you do. You know, I love numbers, I'm a ninja, or something like that. That's all you need to do in that banner. But as soon as someone hits on that banner, they know exactly who you are and what you do. So those are my top tips for a quick refresh. Now, one of the things that I do, and I offered it at the very first time I was talking to you and Zoe, was a free LinkedIn profile review. So there is actually a button on my LinkedIn profile now that allows you to just book that, and I will do that for you. And I will look at your LinkedIn profile. I won't be rude, but I'll tell you what I see and give you some ideas on how to make that better. So yeah, that's there for everybody on my LinkedIn profile.
Oh, that is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Right. Oh, someone has asked this question about the photo. Do you think my glamorous photo is not right? Should I post an active one? I asked myself that question. I'm not really sure what that means. Well, an active one.
So we have a glamorous photo taken, don't we? It's something like this. I'll try. All right, but I'm not looking at you. All right, you want to see me, and it's all like, hi. That's what you want. All right. So if you're doing an action, you're busy doing something. You might be blurred. You might be a little bit too far away, or something like that. So make sure it's up. And if you look down, if you look at all the comments that are coming in on Facebook and all the other channels, all you're going to see is a tiny little circle. Now, if you've got an action shot of you doing weights or something, you're not going to see the face. And so when you look at all of my channels, it's that smiley face with the yellow around it. People recognize that, and so
yes.
we'll see you a lot better if it's just you. So if you've got your photo next to your partner at a wedding because that was the last time you looked smart, please change it.
Absolutely. That was Leander Dado, I think, that asked that question. Obviously, she is very active, and that's how, that's her thing. But I think you answered that perfectly. A picture of you in the sea or a picture of you climbing rocks, we aren't going to see. We need a face. It's like you're saying hello.
Yeah.
And I get that. And me and Zoe have used on Canva it removes the background, and then you can have that block color behind your image, and that does help because people do recognize that little color of you. So that is handy. Emma, what would you say to somebody if they whatever platform they're deciding to go on, they're not confident, they've never posted before, this is the beginning of their kind of starting using social media? How do you start showing up online?
I think it's hard, and this probably is going to go against some of what Ashley might say later, but no one cares like people are seeing like so much stuff all of the time, and they probably won't even see you, or certainly not even everyone who follows you will see you, and even your followers won't see every single thing you're posting. So I think it is hard, but I think just trying to have that certainly helps me, like having it in the back of my mind, like some people will see it, not everyone will, and even those who do see it, they're going to see it for seconds, maybe a minute, if I'm lucky, if they continue reading stuff. And everyone else is in the same boat. Everyone had to start somewhere, right? And I know it's really, like, although I'm Instagram, I'm not a Reels girl. So like quite often I will see like Nicholas smashes it on Instagram. And quite often I'm looking at Nicola's stuff and like up pops Milo the bookkeeper or Nicola's there. And I do think, like I wish I had that confidence. But it's like, I don't think it is about that. It's just, like, do what is comfortable for you. I'm not a Reels girl, so I don't do Reels. That is going to affect my my reach and my engagement, but it's comfortable for me. Go on, Ashley.
Not a Reels girl yet.
No, not a Reels girl ever.
Put the yet after it. Put the yet after it. It's all you need to do.
Okay, I'm not a Reels girl yet, ever. And yeah, I think it's just the more you do it, the easier it will get, and then you'll start getting a few people commenting and engaging. But I think, as with a lot of things, I think at the beginning you kind of just have to force yourself to do it. And once you get over that initial thing, because like it's like anything with your comfort zone, isn't it? Like your comfort zone is your comfort zone because it's comfortable. Like anything outside of that isn't. So you keep that comfort zone small, and if you start like expanding it or pushing it a little bit, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's just in my eye, just Ashley. And yeah, I think it is really scary, but just start trying. Find a platform that you like, that you don't find scary. So if you don't like LinkedIn, that's probably not going to be the first one to start trying to get out there. Choose another one and just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And yeah, but I think it definitely helps me in the back of my mind of like, I'm not suddenly going to wake up and be like Kim Kardashian. I don't have millions of followers, so millions of people aren't watching what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet.
That is so true, Emma. I love the two things you said there, you know, that no one really cares. You care a lot more than anybody else. And like we say, like most things, 10% of our audience actually get to see what we're posting. So like, stop overthinking it, really. And also the other really important is like everyone had to get started. Even Kim Kardashian had to write a first post. So everyone had to get started somewhere one day. And going from Kim to Nicola, when you started, you didn't start that long ago on your social media journey. How long ago was it?
So I launched a business in August. I was still full-time employed then, so I didn't really start going until September 21. So I don't know, it's like 10 months. Great at maths.
The perfect job.
So yeah, I was always a Facebook girl previously. Never really touched LinkedIn, Instagram at all. LinkedIn, like I said, was just for my CV when I was looking for jobs, recruitment agencies. So I started on Facebook, built myself a business page, and posted quite regularly on there. But I got some negative feedback because of a lot of my family were on there, and it didn't bother me. It just made me do more, to be honest, because that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, you're always on Facebook. You're always doing this. You're always doing that." So I thought, well, I'm trying to grow a business, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing. So I did it all the more then. But then I thought, well, Facebook is obviously not where I'm going to find my audience, and that's when I moved over to Instagram and LinkedIn as well. I did Ashley's course on LinkedIn, and obviously he says about spending 15 minutes a day, and that's what I did for months and months, and that's how it's just being consistent, really, building. I have a routine with my social media now, so Friday's my day for working on the business. Friday mornings at the accountability sessions in the Success Lounge is where I plan my next week's posts. So I know I'm going to post. I don't schedule them to post because I like to post them and then engage at the same time. So I post at different times during the day, depending on what's happening in my work life. So I know what I'm going to post. Sometimes I know what the post is going to be about, and I don't. It's on the day I'll flip through the reels. I'll find something that's trending, and if it's appropriate to the post that I'm going to do, then I'll do a reel. I don't always decide to do reels. Sometimes I just post normally, and reels don't have to be lots of dancing and making a fool of yourself. I save that for Fridays. But you can just use a trendy music, and you can just post like I do all my posts in Canva. So sometimes it's just Canva pictures, and I do like flashes up of different screens during the reel. So it's not all about getting your face on there and dancing, but I do that quite a bit as well.
Absolutely. And Nicola, could you just answer Tina's question here? She's still navigating Instagram, and I love the fact. I mean, so we call you like an Instagram queen, but your journey is really new. So it shows how quick you can get into this rhythm. But she says she doesn't know the difference between stories and reels. Would you be able to help us out with that one?
Yeah. So the way I use Instagram then, so I'll do a daily post, and when you click into I use my phone, click into the top where you put your plus for the post, and you can choose a post, a reel, or a story. So I'll either do, for my daily post, I'll do a post or a reel, and that goes on my profile grid, and it's there permanently for all to see. So the kind of things I do on the posts and reels is information about either my business or the services that I offer. But it's not all, I can do this, I can do that. It's some like tax tips or deadlines, that kind of stuff that people need to know about. So I'm giving out free information on there for people to refer to and to save and to share. For stories, I use that as a kind of, this is what's going on in the background, this is what I'm up to today. I'll put a story on when I'm taking the dog out for a walk, kind of thing. Or I'll put a list up of things, my to-do list for the day. Or wow, I've just finished a payroll and we've done 7,000 changes this month. That kind of thing. Yeah, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Yeah. Although it did feel like
it feels like it.
This month's been a horrendous payroll, by the way. So stories, I kind of just telling the background of my business. So that's how I use Instagram. So post and reels for business information, tips to the customers, and kind of more professional kind of things, and stories for background stuff about what's going on in my life, even non-work stuff like walking the dog.
Behind the scenes, more about Nicola and personal. I love that. And stories disappear, don't they, after 24 hours? So that, and then the reels and the posts are there on your grid forevermore. So that's a really good kind of some top tips there on what how to use Instagram. So Ashley, when we talk about, okay, first of all, in these 15 minutes, I need to ask this question before I ask the next question. In these 15 minutes that we talk about, what are we doing? Like, what are we reading other people's posts and just liking them and walking away?
So I've done a post today all about the new funny emoji, and I noticed you commented on that. And that's the thing, right? Think about social media as social, and think about what you do in real life and try and emulate that online. So we're here having a natter, we're all talking to each other, we're taking it turns to talk to each other, so we're engaging with each other. You've just asked me a question, I didn't go, I've come back to you with an answer, and so that's my comment back. So what you do is you find people that are of interest, they're offering good advice, there might be a potential client, and you go in there and you actually engage with them. So, I really resonate with that, and you put your comment on, and then they're probably going to come back. So you could turn that into a proper conversation. That could then go to the DMs, and then that could turn to a bit of business. But basically, if you're showing up every day and commenting on 10 posts, then you're getting yourself out there. It's like go to a networking meeting, right? If a lot of us were at the digital accountancy show the other week, right? If you just went and sat in the corner and drank coffee all day, you're not going to get anything out of that meeting. But you went around, you're like, oh, Joe, wanted to have a photo with you. Say hello to Nicola. Hi, Emma, how are you doing? Oh, and you chat to loads and loads of people, and you start making connections with all of those types of people. That's exactly what you're doing on social media. But it doesn't matter what platform. It's as long as you're doing the engagement, and then that's you've just putting yourself out there. So that's what you need to do.
Excellent. So, but how do we turn those comments, the reactions, the conversations that we're having online? How do we get it from there into paying clients? Like, because this is why we're doing this, isn't it? This is why we're forcing ourselves to get out onto social media, because at the end of the day, we want to convert these people into paying clients. And the first step really is to kind of get them onto a call, or whatever your call to action is. How do we drop that in the conversation?
Well, again, it's like going to a networking meeting. Yeah, you wouldn't lick someone's face if you went to a networking meeting first thing and you met them, unless you're that lady at the bottom there. But the thing is, right, it all takes time. You don't go to a networking meeting and say, hi, I'm Ashley, I'm the 50-minute guy, let me show you how to use LinkedIn, come on my workshop. That just wouldn't happen. Okay, so it might be after 3 or 4 times I've been to that networking meeting, they start seeing me showing up. They start seeing me as helpful. They start seeing me as knowledgeable about LinkedIn. Then they turn around. Ash, I'm glad you're here today. I'm trying to do this on LinkedIn. Someone said you've got a workshop. Can you tell me about it? All right, and that's where the beauty is. But the trouble is, we don't put that investment in. We go to one networking meeting. We end up sitting in the corner drinking coffee, and no one talks to us. So we'll never go to a networking meeting again. Yeah, we go onto Instagram, we do a post, nobody engages with it. We never use Instagram again. It's horrible. We try the same with LinkedIn. It's horrible. And you've got to keep doing it. Yeah. So the other day I had 3 leads come in, just in one day, 3 leads from 3 different people wanting to work with me. And that's because they've been watching me for the last 6, 12, 18 months. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. There's no such thing as overnight success. It's all about consistency. And Nicola's proved that because she's doing it every single day.
Absolutely. So it's about finding your platform where your clients are hanging out. It's about engaging with them as if you were having a real life conversation, no just thumbs up and walking away. And it's about doing that consistently and showing up and giving and adding value where it's requested. And then when the conversation leads to a point, if someone says, oh, how can you help me even more? Then at that point you can offer a link to a Zoom call or something like that, which makes perfect sense. It is common sense. We all, though, kind of lose our brains a little bit when we think, oh, I've got to start doing something on social media. And I know I've been through that. I've started a new strategy in the last few weeks, and I've had the biggest wobble and lost all my self-confidence and felt like I'm an imposter and everyone's going to tell me that I don't know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. I even thought to myself, oh, I might lose my practice license. I'm honestly, that's how my brain has been working. So, and even though I show up on here, even when I don't have Zoe here, I have a wobble because I'm not as confident as people think. I just push myself regularly out of that zone because I really, really want to help everyone else. And I want bookkeepers and accountants to feel that they're in the right place and that they're not the only ones feeling this nervous, and we're all doing the same. But actually the 15 minutes of conversations and engagement and things like that is really good. And for me, Facebook and LinkedIn are my platforms, but I had to get going with video because Zoe told me to, and I listened to what she said.
What does Zoe know about video?
So I've started a YouTube channel, and then I'm sharing with a post and connecting with people on LinkedIn and Facebook, but using that video. And at the moment it's working well. But again, I'm only 3 weeks in. It's early days. I'm not going to say, yes, I haven't replaced all the client that I lost a few weeks ago. That's not happened yet, but I'm not expecting it to. This is a long-term plan. I've got another 10 videos in the bank ready to go over the next 5 weeks. I'm releasing 2 a week. That's my strategy, but it's consistency. And I'm not only doing that. That is not the only thing I'm doing. Yes, we need to have a kind of a strategy for putting stuff out, content out, like Nicola said, what she does there with her stories and her posts and her reels. That's your putting out. But then the important thing, like Ashley said, was getting into the conversations and adding things to other people and engaging there. So it's like a bit of a two-pronged approach. Emma, how do you feel when somebody drops you a DM that you don't know and asks you about, like, do you want my services?
I think the audacity. I hate it. I really, it just, yeah, I just find it really cringy. It's just awful. Like this possibly says more about my Instagram, but like, I don't think you get this on LinkedIn, but like my Instagram inbox is just like men with photos I really don't want to see and people trying to flog me stuff. And it's just awful. It's like, yeah, and it's like, as she says, so you wouldn't just go up straight up to someone in a networking meeting and say, like, buy my things. So I don't understand why people do that in the inbox as well. And I think what Ashley was saying is like making so much sense of like commenting on things, and that's how you start. And then you move it to DM. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think like unsolicited DMs where it's just straight away buy stuff. I just hate it. I had one earlier this week and I thought, I hadn't spoken to them before, but I thought it was the start of a genuine conversation. And then message 3, buy social media management from me. I'm like, oh, fine, block. There we go. Yeah.
That's why you blocked me.
Brilliant. I'm loving this. Someone's just said pitch slapping was the term I heard the other day. I love that. That's brilliant. I've actually experienced it this morning, and it really, I know this is a Love Island term, but gave me the ick, as they all say these days. Made me feel like, oh, that's horrible. This lady approached me. She's like, oh, I've seen your profile, and oh my goodness, we really would love you to speak at our next event, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't know who you are. I said, so what's the event? She sent me the event, and it was in Paris. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And then she sent me the price list of how much it was going to be. It was going to be £600 for me to speak for 25 minutes. And I was like, yeah, but that all happened within 10 minutes. Like I got, it was, and it's just feels so, I mean, do people really fall for that? Do people get this? Honestly, it's just, for me, it feels like common sense. And photos and things. Why? Just stop. Actually, what do you teach about LinkedIn and direct messages, especially the beginning, the connection request? I've heard both ways. Is it good to send a message, or are you okay if you've got, so if, say for example, I saw a post the other day and there was loads of people, we'd been at the same event and loads of people had been tagged in that thing, and I'd met the person there, so I just sent them a connection request. Now for me, it felt like it was okay, and then as soon as we connected, I was like, hi, it was great to see you today. But I don't ever send one, I don't know, I just don't ever send one at the beginning. But what do you feel about that?
I think it's polite too. So hi, so anyone who's seen me today on LinkedIn on this and wants to connect with me, I saw you on the 6-Figure Bookkeepers show. It'd be lovely to connect. And why wouldn't I connect? Yeah, because I don't know why you want to connect. It's just polite. If we were at the digital accountancy show, I go, Joe, this is Nicola, meet Nicola, and we'd go, oh yeah, hi, I do this and this. It's just polite, isn't it? And so some people just click the connect button and hope for the best. Why are they connecting with me? What have they got in connection? And it's all like, so I don't want to connect. And so I'm quite I connect with many people, but there's some that I won't connect with, because unless they've told me why they want to connect and I can't see that it's obvious, then I'll go, I don't want to connect with you. So if someone's taken the time, and I get some lovely messages, I saw this and wouldn't it be great if we could connect? Yeah, of course it would be great. I had one this morning. Saw you at the other day. I'm really sorry I didn't come and say hello. Can we connect? And I went back and I said, yeah, I'd love to connect. I'm sorry, I meant to come and say hello as well. So it's a two-way thing, but it starts the relationship on the right foot.
Okay, that does make sense. I think for me, when people connect with me and I can see that we've got something in common and I'm just like, and they don't send me a message, I'm not offended. So I think I'm like, oh yeah, I'll connect. I can see why we're in so I don't get offended by people that don't send me a message. I think I'm not bothered. So then I suppose I don't see it as being rude, but I do get what you're saying, and I will definitely consider how I connect with more people in the future. I like that. Someone has asked, and I don't know with this Kirsty, she said, is it better to have a personal page or business page or both? Now, I think we could talk about this for all of the social media platforms, because I think most of them have both. So for me, for Facebook, the personal page will definitely get you more engagement, more interaction. The business page you set up is definitely to be set up so that it's for ads, really. So there's no engagement so much there, natural engagement, because or like the algorithm's not great because they want you to pay for ads. Okay, so you should have both, and a bit like what Ashley said on LinkedIn, you can then have that in your profile and connect to it, and you can put some, I'd put some stuff on your page, but just know that the engagement is going to be really, really low. What do you think, Nicola, about Instagram? Do you have a business profile? Do you have just personal?
Yeah, for Instagram, it's my business page that I use, because that's my brand. That's what I want people to engage with. That's what people recognize the logo now, because that's all over my business page on Instagram. It's always in the background of videos that I tend to do. So yeah, it's just I do have a personal page, but that's just for my friends and family. I don't do any business posts on there.
So so is your logo the actual image, or is it your face and you've got your logo in the background?
Yeah, it's my face with my logo in the background.
Okay, that makes sense. And the algorithm is kind of, I see all your stuff, so I didn't realize. So that's like an Instagram business page that you've got, but it seems like so much better than what Facebook kind of business page is, like for engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. My Facebook business page gets absolutely nothing at all. What I tend to do with that is just share it on my personal page, and any posts. My Instagram business page is linked to my Facebook business page, so every time I post on Instagram, it automatically posts to Facebook. So yes, when it does that in Facebook, I just share it on my personal profiles, because I've got quite a few friends on Facebook side as well.
Makes sense. And Emma, what do you do?
So I have a business Instagram. You get more statistics with a business one on Instagram as well, so you can see more things. I think you also have access to different music, and they tend to roll out the newer tools. So like Reels, I think, was a business thing before it was a non-business thing. I think, yeah, I'm happy with having so I have a personal and a business, although like Nicola, I don't post business stuff on my personal one. I do have a business one, and I'm happy I have one, but I do think, depending on what your aim is, I think if I knew now what I knew at the beginning, I would have made the business a bit more personal. So still have an actual business account, but do a little bit more like what Nicola's done. So like Nicola has you see quite a lot of her. So like I know quite a bit about like Nicola's musical tastes, for example, from that, and there's much more personality there, and I'm trying to bring that in. But when I set it up, mine was very much for the business, about the business, and there was no element of like personal branding or anything in there. And like Zoe has, like, I'm assuming she has a business account, but there is like a lot of like personal branding there. And I think now I'm thinking, like maybe it would have been better to have a bit of that. So it's like trying to make that shift. But yeah, in terms of the actual account itself, it's just purely a business one.
Excellent, thank you. And Ashley, you mentioned earlier about a company page, and about, obviously LinkedIn is obviously seen as a business kind of, but it's your personal stamp on it, but you can have a business page. What really is the difference for those people thinking about that?
So we've already established that people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. Yeah, people join the 6-figure bookkeeper because of Joe and Zoe. They don't join it because of the brand. They join it because of you two. You two are the brand, yeah? So everything that you do, you should do it from your personal pages, because that's what people want. Yeah. So have a company page on LinkedIn just so that you get that logo. But every single post needs to come from you as a person, because people start to know who you really are. Now, if you want to start doing salesy stuff, then use the business page for that. But I'm a LinkedIn trainer, and I hardly ever use my business page. So it's all about the personal brand. That's what people want. People like working with you because of who you are and what you do and how you make them feel.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. I can't believe we're at 45 minutes already. I feel it's gone really, really, really quick. And I think there's so much more that we could talk about as usual. But I'm aware that we need to wrap up. So if you could all be so kind to let everybody know how they can connect with you, because I'm sure they're all going to want to go and watch what you're up to on Instagram and LinkedIn. Nicola, how do people connect with you on Instagram, LinkedIn?
Before I say that, can I just say one thing? I was told when I first started out, sales didn't come naturally to me because I've always worked in industry. I've always been employed, turn up to work and get paid. Don't have to sell anything, don't have to sell my services. But somebody told me that the best salespeople don't sell, they tell. So you're not going out there selling all the time. You're just going out there telling stories and getting people to know you. So that's my biggest tip for social media.
Amazing. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you. So how can they watch you on Instagram?
So it's Instagram, it's Virtual Accounts and Taxes. LinkedIn, it's Nicola Fallon. That's it. Straightforward.
Excellent. No, thank you so much, Nicola. And Emma?
So I'm on Instagram, _number_ninja. Doesn't really work when you say it. And LinkedIn, I'm Emma James, obviously, but there are literally millions of us. So you might need to find me through another connection.
Excellent. Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. And Ashley, how do people connect and find out more about what you do?
LinkedIn. I'm the 15-minute guy. You should already be connected to me, and don't forget that offer of the free video review. But I'm also coming over onto LinkedIn, guys. So you'll see some stuff for me on LinkedIn as well. I do a reel every day with the top tips on LinkedIn. On Instagram, I do a reel. What did I say? Did I say something else?
You said LinkedIn.
It's in my brain.
Up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's in my brain. Instagram. Yeah, it's the purple one, isn't it? So yeah, so I'm there as well, doing a reel every day. So I'm trying to get, because there's people that do Instagram want to come onto LinkedIn. So if they see somebody on Instagram doing LinkedIn, they might think, oh, let's go and have a look at him on LinkedIn. So that's the plan.
So you're going onto Instagram to talk about LinkedIn?
Yes.
I love it. That's so cool.
Well, look, I've got to think about where my ideal clients are going to be.
Yeah.
And they're on Instagram, because they don't like LinkedIn, do they, Emma?
No. That's actually
coming for you.
That is such a good idea, though, isn't it? That's exactly what we say when we're saying, like, where are your ideal clients? Because yours aren't on LinkedIn because they know what they're doing.
I'd argue with that. That's another show.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, everybody. So just to remind you about the fact that we are in the 24-hour period. So last night, me and Zoe explained to everybody about what was in the 6-month success program, what you get in our membership, the Success Lounge, and how you can take, if you take action within the first 24 hours, which finishes at 9 p.m. tonight, we have some amazing offers. It's the best bundle we can offer. If you go to sixfigurebookkeeper.com/offer, you can see everything that is on offer at the moment. I also just want to share with you what is, if I can find the picture here, what is coming up for the rest of today. So at 1 p.m, we have Emma Sanderson. She's going to be telling you how she is building her bookkeeping practice. Zoe will be hosting that. And then both me and Zoe are back this afternoon with Emma James again and Karen Kennedy. And we talk to them about how they are pricing in their practices and what they're doing to, increase fees or, grow their practices. You're going to love this. It's an amazing setup we've got for today. So please join us again later on. And if you have any questions with regards to the 6-month success program or the Success Lounge, please reach out either in the group or you can DM me on Facebook and I'll answer them there. Thank you so much to our guests. We're so grateful that you came to, today, and thank you to Go Propose by Sage for being our sponsor, and we shall see you later on. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.